Turn on studio.
Three lights on.
Hello everyone. I finally found a YouTube studio setup that I really like, and I want to show you the detail of how I set up everything up. I've been wanting to do YouTube for a long time, and then it just now I finally found a setup that I think it really works well for me. But I'm trying to limit down the time that I spend on it as much as possible. I want to do the setup that I don't have to do a lot of editing. So after I record it, I can just very minimum edit and then just upload to YouTube. I want to set up the YouTube studio in my office. So I don't want to be a lot of tripod, light stand, camera, and then I have to set this thing up and then play around with the camera, play around with the lighting. I want everything to be there, ready to go. Everything, I just want to turn it on and, just turn on, hit record and go. And right after I record, my goal in the future is not to do any editing, but at the beginning I might have to, try to do minimum editing, just to make it work, because I'm not used to talking in front of the camera like this. I want the setup to do live editing, like live cut. Once I'm done recording, I can just, upload to YouTube right away. Let me get into the detail how I set this up. I want two camera setup. I want a top-down camera and a main camera. The main camera is like this, talking head to me. The main camera I use is a Sony FX30 with a 16mm lens. With the 16mm, it's around 24 on the full frame, and I shoot wide open at f1.4, so you can see the blurry background. And I shoot diagonal in my office, so I give more depth in the background. From the Sony FX30, there's a webcam feature that I can plug it directly into my Mac Mini. Oh yeah, and this whole thing is run by the M4 Mac Mini. I just bought the base model just to run the setup, and then the camera going to USB-C. I don't need any hardware. And then the top-down camera is old Sony RX100. It's a point-and-shoot camera, and it's a top-down camera, so I don't really need like a really fancy anything. Just as long as I have enough lighting and it match well with my FX30, then it's good. And since it's an older camera, so I have to buy a video capture card because it doesn't have that feature on this camera. The camera out to HDMI, and then HDMI into the capture card, and then the capture card going to the USB-C port on the Mac Mini. So both camera, it's going to an OBS software. If anybody in gaming or anything and you will know about OBS. OBS is a live stream software, so you can do a lot of things on it. You can do live cut, you can put media source, and you can do screen recording, all that. And then if you guys want me to make a detailed video about OBS to set this thing up, then let me know. Leave me a comment and I will make a full video in detail for that. Both of the camera is mounted on, as you can see from the B-roll camera, you can see it's mounted onto a monitor stand that I have, and I modify it to fit the camera with the teleprompter. I want to use a teleprompter because I have issue looking directly at the camera when I'm talking. I always wandering around. So, sometimes that's why I want to put the teleprompter. And then I use the iPad Pro that I have playing around as a second monitor for my Mac Mini. You can do this using Sidecar, or Mac OS software has that feature that you can use any iPad as a second monitor. You can either do wirelessly or you can do with the cable. But because this is an old iPad, so it's a little bit laggy, that's why I have to plug in the cable. And it works pretty well. And then just set it out as a second monitor. And then from OBS, I can just feed the program monitor to the iPad, so I can see myself looking at you guys while I'm talking. So basically I'm looking directly at the audience. My other monitor, the main monitor, is just a portable monitor that I buy, a cheap monitor I buy on Amazon. So it's plugged directly USB-C with just one cable. On here I run OBS. I set up different scene. So let me show you, let me walk through the scene that I set up. So this is the main camera. And then at the beginning, as you can see, when we go into the introduction, I put in the logo. I just pre-made the logo animation and then exported it out as a video clip and then loaded into OBS as a media source. So every time I want to play that, I just hit the switch and then we'll play the logo. So you can do this with any video clip that you want, just like B-roll. or anything. Like sometimes you don't want to edit, you just load it in and then you can just switch to that. There's a top down scene I cut to it right here. So if I want to showcase the product, is everything is right here on the top down camera. And then I can set up a side by side. Let's see, I'm on talking, you can see me talking and then showcase the product. Different scene is the picture in pictures. This one, if I want to show screen recording, you know, everything, and then have me picture in picture on the bottom. So I want to show you guys, I want to do anything I want to do on the computer, I can show you guys. And the second use I want to use is to do script reading. So I'm really bad at looking at the screen, as you know, so I have to load on the script. So let me show you that right now. I can cut to that right there. So this is the script. In OBS, there's a feature that you can load in you can copy the text and load into OBS. As I'm editing this, I see there's you guys will wonder why the script is in reverse. And is it weird I'm going to see the script on the screen? Well, when I did this, I forgot to mention that in OBS, you can load it into the second monitor without going through the program monitor. The program monitor, which is where the live cut is gonna be. But if you load it into just a second monitor as a viewing only, it's not gonna show in the program monitor. So you're not gonna see the scripting like this. And then because the reason I put the text in reverse is because my iPad is laid on the teleprompter. So when it's going to the recording, it's in reverse, but when I look on the teleprompter, it's not reverse, it's on the right way, so I can read it. But because I accidentally record the scripting onto the program monitor, which is the main live edit, that's why you see it in reverse. But in reality, if I feed it into a second monitor without going to a program monitor, then you won't see the script, but I will see the script looking at the teleprompter. Hope that makes sense to you. You can use it as a scripting like this. And I set up the script to be the same size as my lens, because if you set it to a full screen of the iPad, when you read the script, your eye gonna look like this, wandering around. My script is like limited to that little square box right there. That's the size of my lens. So when I'm reading it, my eye doesn't wander around. That's a trick that I learned from some guy that I found on YouTube. As you can see, the script is just rolling. You can adjust the speed of the script. Yeah, and that's the second use for the teleprompter. And the third use is for Zoom meeting or online meeting call. I want to load in the meeting on here so I can look directly at the person I'm talking to, just like eye-to-eye contact. And for the audio, I just used the Diddy shotgun microphone right here, as you can see that I have, and then I go into an audio interface, and then from the audio interface plug USB-C directly into the Mac Mini. So everything plugged directly into the Mac Mini without any other hardware required, except for this top-down camera, because it's an older version. If you have a newer camera, I think the Sony ZV-E10, you don't need the video capture card. And then with the audio too, if you buy a USB-C cable, you can just plug directly into the Mac Mini without any hardware. But because I have this laying around and it's using XLR, so I plug it in with the hardware. Yeah, and then everything in OBS is controlled by the Stream Deck. I bought a Stream Deck just for this. It has a profile for OBS that you can just use to cut. You can hit record. Every time I want to do a cut, I just reach over and do a cut like this, and then do a side by side every time it switches. So that everything is within the reach of my hand. So I can do all that. And like I said, I want everything to be live edit. So once I'm done, I just do minimum edit, or sometimes my whole goal is not to edit at all, just everything ready and then upload to YouTube right away. Yeah, with OBS is a streaming software, so I can do this to do live stream with Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, or YouTube. I can do live. And then there's a plugin, somebody make a plugin in OBS that I can use to make vertical video at the same time. So I want to do short or reel, I can just go in OBS, turn it on, and then right after that just upload. And then let me show you the b-roll of the office that I'm in. The reason why is that I spend most of my day in this room. Is my office. I work at home. I want my office to be nice and clean. I don't want anything like all cable. I hate cable. I hate wire, light stand, everything. I try to do my best, to cut down and the office to be cozy and comfortable and clean, so I get into the office, I feel like I want to work. If the office too cluttered, then I don't want to work in here anymore. So that's why I think this setup works. And then this whole thing is on a desk, a Husky workbench. It's on wheel. If I want to move around, get different angle, then I can just unplug the power cable. For the Mac Mini, I do a 3D print bracket, and then I put magnet on the back because the leg of the table is metal, so I can just magnet on the leg on the Mac Mini onto the bracket, and then if I want to remove it, just remove. Oh yeah, for lighting, I have the Amaran 200X. It's a bicolor light. I mount onto a wall mount at the corner of my room. As you can see right here is the window. So during daytime, I get a lot of light going through here. And then I use this little curtain as a fabric diffuser. So that's when the sun hitting, it just diffuse my face and give me the really nice lighting during daytime. But at night, I need the light. And then I think I need the light for the top-down camera too, because without the light, it's going to be really dark. Even daylight, sometimes I turn this light on just to hit the top-down camera. So this one light will light both me and the top-down. The background, like I said, I shoot diagonal from the room. And then as you can see right here, it's a little plane. So I might play something with it, put something, maybe picture frame or anything on there. My YouTube channel is just, because I love technology. I love electronic, camera, drone, computer, 3D print, DIY stuff. I do all that. I love all that. So whatever I want to do, or whatever I learn, something new or something excite me, I share with you guys. Hopefully somebody found it useful. There's no specific theme for this channel. It's just everything, whatever I think is helpful for someone, I just make a video and then upload it to YouTube so you guys can watch it. If you guys don't like it, don't watch it, Or if you watch it and then you don't learn anything, then maybe, you waste 10 minutes of your life. It doesn't cost you anything. Like I said, this video, I just so excited after I finish up setting up this setup. I just want to make a quick video. There's no script or anything. So, maybe it's a little bit too long or my talking is not good. But hopefully somebody found it useful. If you guys want more anything detail on how I set this up, leave me a comment. I will answer all the comments. So please subscribe to my channel. Hopefully you guys can support me, support a new YouTuber. Thank you.